Hey guys, Paul from Taming Technology here. Thank you for taking some of your Sunday out to join me in this what should be a rather interesting comparison between WP Rocket and the new kid on the block Viper Cache from Chris Hitman. Now Chris hit me up about this a few days ago and he swears that Viper Cache is faster than the market leader WP Rocket. So instead of me just doing my usual and testing it myself and then giving you results, I thought I'd put myself just under a little bit more pressure than that and do it live instead via the videos that you guys are becoming accustomed to me doing. Now, just before I start, I need to share this link with the group event, otherwise nobody is going to find this. So just bear with me 2 seconds. The joys of doing these things live. Okay, nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. Okay, cool. Right, so if you're not familiar with WP caching or WordPress caching in general, what it basically does is when someone visits your website, the web page has to load a number of different files. So you've got the text that appears on the screen, you've got the images, you've got the scripts, you've got the pop-ups, you've got the overlays, the videos, blah de blah de blah. Now the computer of your visitor has to go through each of these files one by one in order to load the content of the page and create what we know as a web page. Now it's quite a long, tedious process for their computer or laptop or phone to go through. So what caching does is it takes all the elements of that page and it runs them through in order to create one file that's loaded. Not tens or hundreds, one file. Now the outcome of this being, as you can probably guess, is that one file is a lot faster to load than it is to load tens or hundreds of files instead. So that's why caching has taken off. Excuse me 1 second. So that's why caching has taken off, because it leads to a faster website, it leads to a more seamless experience for your website visitor, and of course if you're trying to rank your pages in Google or the other search engines, the page speed, the faster the page speed, then the better the rank you can achieve inside the search engine results. So the one I used for a while was W3TC, or W3 Total Cache. W3 Total Cache is free, however it is a pig, and I mean a pig to configure. There are so many different options that non-techies just will not wrap their head round, and you know, as powerful as it is, it's a pain in the arse to configure. So what I did back in February or March, I actually invested in a plugin called WP Rocket. Now, I'll just share my screen and I'll show you that just now. So WP Rocket, nope, that's the wrong page. WP Rocket. Okay, so this is now the market leader in WordPress caching. WP Rocket is paid for, but it gives you the best results available on any website that I have ever seen. I bought the developer license, so I did all my sites, all my client sites, and honestly, removing W3 Total Cache and putting WP Rocket in place, the results have been astoundingly fast. I mean, seriously fast. Let me see if I can find. I just did a client site this morning, and okay, so they were loading at 3.1. Now I already have my client sites running fast. I refuse to let my clients have a slow website. So it was running at 3.1, and that was with W3 Total Cache. I switched them over to WP Rocket, and you'll see that it dropped to 1.9 seconds to load that page. So that's from 3.1 down to 1.9 seconds. That's astounding. Anything under 3 seconds is a thumbs up from Google, so that's 1.9. Now my page was running at 6.6. 6.6 with W3 total cache, and that dropped to 2.6 with WP Rocket. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go into my site where I've just flattened everything in terms of caching, and what we're going to go through is installing WP Rocket, setting up WP Rocket, and then seeing what the results are, and then we're going to flip that over, and then we're going to go and try and see if Viper Cache is all it's being made out to be, and I hope it is, but we'll find out shortly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put WP Rocket on here. As I said, there's no caching on this site whatsoever just now, and it's only fair to show you the before, the WP Rocket speeds, and then the Viper Cache. Okay, so what I'm going to do is very quickly I'm just going to run a quick onload speed test. So this is what's called GT metrics, and don't worry if a lot of this is a little bit too much at the moment. I'm recording this so you'll be able to see it later on. GT metrics does what's called a benchmark on your site, so it will load all the components on your site and then come up with an overall speed result. And in this case, with no caching at all, my page is loading at 7.7 seconds, which is not great because it's over the 3 seconds, but I've seen a lot worse before. So first let's go and check out WP Rocket. So again, this is a paid for plugin. I have, dearie me, I bought the developer license, which I then upgraded to the ultimate extended license, so I now have a license to install WP Rocket on any site at all that I have under my control for, I think it was about $379 in total, but I'm covered until I think it's 2022, so at the time seemed like a really good deal. And obviously Viper Cachers came along and completely and utterly muddied the waters with their claims. But for now, let's just focus on WP Rocket. Okay. Now, the beauty of WP Rocket is, even on the basic installation, you're going to see an improvement in the speed. That's before you start tweaking with different settings as well. So, settings and WP Rocket. It's got a gorgeous, gorgeous interface as well, as you'll see. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, so I'm licensed till 2021, okay? So what we have in WP Rocket is, again, lovely interface to look at, very nicely laid out options that you'll have to get your head round what the options do, but we'll go through that as well, okay? So if we go into cache, and the cache works by having one cache for desktops, laptops, and another cache for mobile devices as well, because the needs are different dependent on the device. So that's all set there. The file optimization, this is where the power of the caching plugins come in. Now, apart from taking multiple files and turning it into one single file, the other thing that caching plugins can do is called Minification. Lovely word. What Minification does is it basically takes all the different HTML, your CSS, which is for your page layout, and your JavaScript, so that's your plugins, your pop-ups, your maybe chat features on your site. And what it does at its best is it crushes all those down into smaller files, similar to the caching itself. Now granted, it doesn't work all the time, it can sometimes break your site, but you can just reverse it and then just test different areas to see if the site works after everything's been implemented. Now I know what the settings are that I can put on here without breaking my site, so I'm going to minify HTML. So if I go to my page just now, show you the really boring code. I think this might be cached already actually. No, it's not. Okay, so this whole page here that you're seeing, all of this crap here, still going, still going, still going, still going. Okay, all of this stuff you see on the screen is all the different files that are loaded in order to create the home page. That's it. That's all that is used for. So again, if we enable Minify Html, and I'm just going to do this just now, and then save changes. We'll leave everything else as is just now. And then if we jump back into the home page, now I'm going to open this in incognito because it won't minify if you're logged on as an administrator. So I'll load it here just now. Now, that was instant. That was pretty much bloody instant that that page just loaded there, as you've just seen. Now, the reason for that, now, you look at this code, how it's much tighter, and it's a lot less as well. And you'll see at the bottom line here, this website is like a rocket, isn't it? And it refers to WP Rocket. So this HTML, this code that you're seeing on the page has been minified. Okay? So that's that. We also have CSS, and CSS is to do with the layout of your page. Now, I'm running Xtheme just now, and I know for a fact that if I minify the CSS, it will break the current layout, so I can't enable that just now. What I can do is enable Minify JavaScript files. So enable that, and I can't enable that because it breaks it again, and then save the changes. Okay. So what we want to do now is I'm just going to clear the cache, so everything is wiped out. We're back to square one. And then I'm going to do what's called a preload cache. Now, preload cache allows your server to basically simulate someone visiting your site and creating the cache files used that they will see when they visit your website. So it's a one-time thing. That's it done. Was it 5 or 6 seconds, and we're ready to go. Now, hopefully, this 7.7 seconds, I'm going to run a retest, and will allow GTmetrix to see what the page load speed is like when it's running the cached version. And just while it's doing that, I'm going to see if any of you are on here asking any questions at all. We have one comment. Hi Norma, good to hear from you. Hope you're enjoying this training. Okay, so we've dropped to 6.4 seconds. Now, because that was GTmetrix's first visit, we're going to resend it back to the site again, because this time it's going to get the cached version of the pages rather than the full tamale. At least I hope it does, or this is going to turn out to be a bit of a mess. So it shouldn't take too long. That was definitely much faster. 6.2. No! Why is it doing that? Give me a second. I think I must have missed something here. What have you missed, Paul? What have you missed? Is it that one? Right. Let's try that this time. Now I'm just going to go back to this page and make sure nothing's broken. I'm just clearing the cache one more time. Preload it one more time. Right, let's see. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, the page is still loading fine, and that's the cached version, so that's okay. Right, let's try that again. Whose idea was this? Right, it should come in around about that speed, that 2.6 that I got. That was just this morning, Friday. Hang on, yeah, that was yesterday morning. Otherwise, this comparison could fall apart rather rapidly here. Okay, so that's the uncached version. So again, we need to go back and grab the cached version. There's nothing else. I don't think I've missed anything else. That certainly looked faster, didn't it? Please. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Right, okay. You're just going to have to take my word for it. That speed there is what should be coming back. I've obviously missed something. I'm not sure what it is. However, that was the speed that I was getting with the cached version yesterday. Okay, so let's just say that that's the speed that Viper Cache has to be in order for me to say, yes, it's better than WP Rocket. Right, so let's go back to the site and clear the cache, and then I'm going to take WP Rocket off while I have a think about what I've actually missed here. Ugh. Dearie me. Right, so let's take WP Rocket off. Now the cache is gone. Do 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 do. Cannot believe that just happened. Right, okay. So we're going to add new, and we're going to this time upload Viper Cache. Which is just on my other screen in case you're wondering what I'm doing here. There we go. Whose idea it was to do this on a Sunday, Paul? Honestly. Right, Viper Cache. Okay, so Viper Cache. Let's jam this in here and see what happens. Okay, so plugin installed, activate plugin. Okay, so Viper Cache is now installed. Assuming it'll be on here, yes it is here, so this Viper Cache with the blue Viper head, very cool. Viper Cache transaction ID. Okay. Okay, error 400, that's a good start. Let me just reach out to Chris just now and see what's going on here. License code, come on, there we go. It would help if I put the right information into the box. Now this should work now. There we go, agency license installed, fantastic. Okay, so let's go and see what Viper Cache has got in store for us. Okay, so we have cache settings and settings. Okay. let's go into settings. Okay, so that's just the license key, so this looks very straightforward. So cache settings. Okay, so welcome to Viper Cache. Before you enable Viper Cache, you may wish to perform your own speed tests. Okay, cool. So we've got cache statistics at the bottom, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 settings. Okay, seems straightforward enough. So of course we want to enable Viper Cache. HTTPS caching. Okay, so that's for caching of SSL pages, and I am on HTTPS, so I want that on. Defer JavaScript. So what I didn't explain during the WP Rocket was deferring JavaScript means that it will load the whole page, but then it will wait until everything is on the screen and then run the code to load JavaScript. So that would be things like your live chat, your pop-ups, anything that uses JavaScript would be loaded last. Of course, some themes use JavaScript, so that can break the layout. So this is going to be a bit of a suck it and see test to see whether the site works with it on or off. I'm going to leave that on for just now. Disable emojis. Emojis, as fun as they look, add additional load time to your site, so having that disabled is a good idea. So CSS and JS cache. Right, okay, so that's lumped CSS and JavaScript cache into the one switch. Now, again, I've never seen this before, but my gut feeling would be I would prefer that to have been separate, because I might want to have CSS cached but not JS, or vice versa. Most cache products don't cache JS and CSS files as WordPress alters the URL with version info. Okay, fine, we'll leave that enabled just now. Minimize CSS. Yep, let's enable that. Minimize JS. Okay, so the minimize option, bit of a spelling mistake there, Mr. Hitman. Never mind, that's a vanity thing. So the minification, they are separate. It's just that the cache of that is lumped into the same thing, so that's fine. Fix image sizes. This feature scans your media images and inserts width and height attributes, allowing for faster image rendering. That's pretty cool. So what that means is if you upload an image to your media library and you haven't defined what the width and height are, then it can take the page longer to load because it has to work it out during the load time. Prevent image hot linking. Okay, that's pretty cool as well. So if you've got an image on your site and you don't want anyone linking to it to load on their page or whatever, you can enable that and it stops it happening. Block bad bots. This feature will prevent known bad bots from crawling and scraping your site. Okay, so what bots are? They're spiders. They are programs that will crawl your pages to see what the content is about. Normally you have Google and Yahoo and Bing. They do that to rank your pages in terms of relevance, but there are other bots out there that have more nefarious reasons, so that's what that's there for. Please note you can turn off cache for individual pages posts in the WordPress editor. Okay, that's handy as well. Right. Okay, blah blah blah. So very straightforward. We have one page and, as I said, 9 settings there. Cool. So save changes. Now, before I go to GTmetrix, can I just say I have never seen this plugin before. I have no idea what the speed is going to come back as. Whatever it comes back as, this is based on my site, my configuration, my theme, plugins, etc. These results will possibly not echo the same that you would see if you were to get this plugin, whether it's a positive outcome or a negative. Okay, so this is purely down to my site. So everything is now enabled. We're going to go to GTmetrix and run the retest. And just while that's running, I'm going to see if anybody is asking any questions. Mr. Hitman, hello. Paul Hollins, hello mate, how you doing? Long time no hear. Right. Holy shit! Now, you saw me. That's bloody hell. That's actually quite incredible. 3.9 on the first run. Let's do another one just to make sure that we're pulling the cache. There had to be an inconsistency, didn't there? So 3.9 has now jumped to 5.5. Okay, let's retest that one more time. If it comes back around the same, that's pretty damn impressive. What is kind of irritating is that we didn't get a true reading of WP Rocket beforehand. We're only going by the 2.2 that I got when I ran the test yesterday morning. Up to 6.9 now. Ah, oh, inconsistency, come on. And that is on load time, so ConvertFox is 2.6. Some admin Ajax calls in there as well. Right, okay, what am I missing here? Caching, that's fine. So, I mean, as far as I can tell, that's the only settings that are available on there, so I don't think there's much else I can really do here. Just refresh this page and see what the cache statistics are. So we've got 11 pages in the cache. We've got HTML optimization has dropped by, well, nearly 90 kilobytes. Largest file 92. Yeah. I don't understand why it jumped from 3.9 up to 6 point whatever it was seconds when I ran that test there. That's very strange. Oh, comments are pouring in now. Hang on. Pingdom is most accurate. GTmetrix fluctuates a bit. Web traffic fluctuations. Okay, Chris. Yep, sure. Let's try Pingdom then, because this is just going all over the place just now. Now I'll have to test from Sweden because my server's in the UK, so Sweden being the closest geographically. Well, that's a slight difference, isn't it? 2.58 seconds. Performance grade B. Okay. Let's just do that one more time, and then ironically we're going to have to switch back to WP Rocket and see what that comes back with. Right, okay, so just so there's absolutely no confusion here, I'm going to just take a screenshot of these results. 2.58 seconds. And then we're going to switch back to here. We're going to disable Viper Cache, save changes. And then we're going to disable the plugin Viper Cache, and then we're going to re-enable WP Rocket. Oh god. Right. Okay. WP Rocket, activate. Right, so this should all be already configured. However, just for argument's sake, let's just double check here. So Minify HTML, remove query strings, Minify CSS files. I can't combine because that will break the site, I know that for a fact. Can't do that because it breaks the site, but Minify JavaScript, combine JavaScript is fine. I can't defer it, so that's okay. Emojis are disabled, and so are WordPress embeds. Okay, so let's just, let's clear the cache. And once that's done, let's preload the cache. In fact, no, I'm not going to preload the cache because that would give an unfair reading. So let's clear the cache again. And then let's just run the test on pingdom. So we're looking to beat 2.58 seconds. Let's go. Let's see what happens here. Well, 3.79. One more time. 2.33. Let's do a best of 3, shall we? .47, 2.58. Right, I know for a fact that Chris is on watching us just now. So Chris, if you can maybe just comment on the process I've used here, and I have already said that, you know, this is based on my site, my config, themes, blah blah blah. It's not going to be identical outcome with everyone else's website. I mean, I'm down to 2.4 seconds on WP Rocket as well now, so I mean, it's close, don't get me wrong, it really is close. I'm just trying to, it's 2.54 now. The difficult thing here is, as Chris has already said, there is fluctuations in the web all the time. So trying to do a 100% like-for-like comparison is, having thought about it, is kind of an impossibility. And again, I've got no bias either way. I just wanted to see if the claims for Viper Cache were justified, saying it's better than WP Rocket. I don't know if I can say that. However, what I can say is the results are certainly close. Very, very close. Which really brings us to the concept of the price of the plugins. Now, if we have a look at WP Rocket, for 1 year of supports and updates for one website, you're looking at $39. For up to 3 websites, it's $99, and then Infinite, which is what I have, is $199. Okay, so for WP Rocket, that's pirvin.com/WP Rocket. For Viper Cache, pirvin.com/Viper Cache. The pricing just now, during launch, $39. However, the difference being you're allowed to use it on your own sites. So that's your sites, not just one, multiple websites. That's a big thing. Full tutorial videos, instant download, 1 year support and updates, and there you go. So that's up to 25 sites. Now, what I'm trying to do is give you an overall idea of the factors to take into account before you decide what to go for. Now again, based on my site, we've proven that in terms of results it's very, very close. However, in terms of pricing, you're looking at WP Rocket costing 47. Let me just put these side by side. Let's see. WP Rocket pricing. Okay, so try and be really clever here and try and get these both side by side if we can. Can we? Yes, we can. Of course we can. So one site $39 for WP Rocket, 25 sites $39. So it's the same price, but you're getting up to 25 sites on Viper Cache. A little bit more for $47. So that's for an extra $8. You're getting your own and client sites. You're also looking at unlimited sites as well. So I got to be honest, guys. I think Viper Cache is winning it for me here. Again, the results are very closely tied. However, pricing wise, it's looking like a better deal overall. So, with that said, I think, giving all the factors and taking everything into account, I'm going to have to say that the winner is Viper Cache. It just has to be, from what I've seen. The speed results are very similar. Viper Cache actually has less settings to configure as well. And in terms of pricing, at the launch time anyway, it appears to be a bit of a no-brainer that it is the best deal overall. So come on, you've got to have questions after all that. Let's see what's happening here. This is Chris at the moment. Chris, I really appreciate you coming along for this. I understand it's your product, and you know that I would give an unbiased comparison between the two, which is what I've tried my best to do. And I've got to say, thumbs up, man. It seems to be a winner in terms of the speed and the price overall as well. Okay, guys, so you've been with me for nearly 40 minutes. Bloody hell. It's closing in on 5 to 5 just now. I'll keep the stream open for a bit longer just in case you've got any questions at all. Again, I know there's a lot of information in this as well. It was a combination of training and review, so I'll put this up for replay inside the group shortly after it finishes. But what I'll do is I'll just hang around for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes or so, and see if anyone has any questions regarding what they've seen. Just checking, just in case you're wondering, I'll put my phone off the screen here with the stream running so I can see if anyone's asking any questions. I'm not looking at my desk for any silly reason. Okay, here we have something here. John, hello John. I prefer the UI of Viper Cache. WP Rocket is pretty but not worth the price in comparison. I've got to agree, man. I really do. I mean, you've got 9 buttons on Viper Cache, and you have, as much as it pains me to say this, considering what I just spent on WP Rocket, I think Viper Cache has a much more simple layout in terms of setup, and it's been done that way, I'm assuming, because it's targeted at those that don't want to be bothered with the tech. They want to be able to enable the tech, but they don't want to know how it all works. So yeah, I absolutely agree with you, so I'm just going to like that comment. Anybody else for any other questions? Nope, not just now. Okay, no worries, guys. Listen, it's a Sunday. I appreciate you tuning in to join me for this look at Viper Cache versus WP Rocket. I'm going to say Viper Cache first because it's winning. So again, any questions after you've seen the replay of this, which will go live in a few minutes, please let me know. That aside, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you around. Paul from Taming Technology here. Take care. Bye-bye.